Hello, this is saxophonist Greg Fishman and welcome to another jazz video lesson. Today I'm going to be talking about the use of the Crimea River lick. This is one of the most common licks in all of jazz, and with good reason. It fits over just about every chord type there is, with the exception of full diminished. It fits over 8 different chords. And the trick is knowing how and where to place the lick. So let's start off with the original setting for the lick. Now I'm going to play it in my key of C minor for the tenor, starting on the 9th of the chord, and that's how the lick normally starts. If you don't know the notes, it's D, C, G, E flat, D, C. Let's play that one more time. Okay, beautiful sounding lick. I really like that lick. Now there's some things I noticed right away about the lick. It's a 6-note lick. It starts out with a descending major second, goes down a perfect fourth from there, goes down a major third from there, goes down a half step from there, and then it ends with a whole step, just like it started with a whole step, okay? Now, there's a little trick to playing this lick that makes it much easier than all these intervals, even though they're important. I'm going to give it to you right here. Here's how you do it. Play down a C minor triad and go like this, 8, 5, 3, 1. You're not going to believe how easy this is. Add the D's, add the ninths, okay? So add a D above and add a D in the middle. So we add 2 D's to this thing. There it is. You got the lick, okay? So, yes, you want to be able to hear these intervals. Major second, perfect fourth, major third, minor second, major second. But you need to get the lick going quickly. You already know your triads. It's pretty easy. Just add the ninths. Okay, that'll just get you up and running quickly, so you're not going to be struggling with the lick, okay? Ideally, you want to just be able to play it by ear, so you're not having to think about the spelling of the triad and just adding the ninths. But I think it helps sometimes to have a running start like that to give you a little bit of an advantage, okay? Because now what we need to do is actually the harder part, which is to apply it to the chords. So the way I like to do this is to play the chord, arpeggiate the chord on the way up and play the lick on the way down. So what I mean by that is we're going to play a C minor 7 chord going up, and then I'm going to play the lick so your ear can hear how the lick is placed within the chord. And you'll hear it all fits together. So when I do it like this, since it's a C minor chord, the notes of the lick as they relate to the chord are 9, 1, 5, 3, 9, 1, okay? Okay, so I would say get that first, and you want to get that in 12 keys, okay, before you go on to this next part. Because now I'm going to show you a few of the other applications, which they do get quite a bit more advanced pretty quickly. I'm going to give you the second application next. This one is the altered dominant version of the lick. Now I'm going to leave the lick right where it was. Okay, we're just going to keep it. I'm going to change the chord leading up to it though, and it's going to change the sound of the lick totally. Okay, so what I want you to do now, I'm going to go up, again I'm talking in tenor key, but I'm going to go up a B7 chord, B dominant 7, play the same exact lick. Notice how different it sounds. Okay, let's compare those for a second. Here's the C minor. All of a sudden the lick sounds really, it's got a lot of energy to it. It's much more dissonant, okay? Whereas the first one blended a lot more. Let me tell you what's going on harmonically with this second application. Well, we're going up a B7 chord. The top note is a D, but it's really a C double sharp because it's a sharp 9. So if you think about a B7 chord, the 9th would be C sharp, so the sharp 9 would be C double sharp, and that's really what we have here. And then the second note of the lick, well, that's the flat 9 of the B7 chord. That G, really an F double sharp, it's a sharp 5, okay? So it's got a sharp 9, a flat 9, a sharp 5, sharp 9, flat 9, sharp 5. Then we got the third of the chord, the D sharp, and then we've got the sharp 9 again, and then the flat 9 again. Okay? And again, you want to get this one so you can do it in all the keys, get it all 12 keys, go around the cycle. You could do it chromatically as well. I'd say go cycle first. The way I like to practice it, I do cycle first, then I go chromatically. And then I start moving around in thirds, the way I like to practice things. But I'm always working in 12 keys, but not just one way. Like I said, I like to do cycle, I like to do it in chromatically, I like to do it thirds, all different ways. Let's go to the third application. This is a very pretty one. So that's the root. This is over an A half diminished chord, or A minor 7 flat 5 if you prefer that terminology. So the starting note of the lick is really important. You have to know that. So this one, it's starting on the 11th of the chord. Okay, so you got to get comfortable thinking all the way up to the 11th. So it's going, the D is 11. 11, 3, 7, 5, 11, 3. That's how it is for the half diminished. Moving on, this next one's a really exotic sounding one. This is major 7 sharp 11. So now the lick, the numbers have changed once again. Now this concept of changing numbers actually ties in with something in the lobster theory in the new book from a chapter that's called dual citizen notes, okay? Dual citizen notes, that's the concept that you can have the exact same note, but it basically has a different profession or a different job depending on what I call, what chord country it's in. So if you're playing a D and it's acting as the sharp 9, that's one profession. But if you're playing the D again and it's acting as the 11th of the chord, that's something else altogether. Here's a little picture. We call this Mr. C. And you see that the country and the profession is different. Like that one note, it would fit in all of those. Here is another graphic depiction of this concept where Mr. C is looking out, and down here he's the 3rd of that one. But as you get further and further away, well, he's the 7th of this chord over here. He's the 9th of this one. You get way up there, he's the 13th. So that concept is major, and that is part of the reason that the Crimea River lick works so well, is because of the dual citizen note concept that's included in the lick. Okay, so let's go back. That's the A flat major 7 sharp 11. We're going sharp 11, 3, major 7, 5, sharp 11, 3. Moving on. F7, straight dominant. So now the numbers have changed. We've got 13, 5, 9, 7, 13, 5. Now, you can also do the minor, F minor 13. Sounds really great. Though usually on the minor chord, they start the Crimea River on the 9th. But this is a nice alternate. You know, it starts on the 13th, which is a very bright note. Moving on, the next one is E flat major 7, and the Crimea River starting note is the 7th, the major 7. Okay, that one's pretty easy because it just starts on the 7th of the chord. And the numbers are 7, 13, 3, 1, 7, 13. Okay, and then this final one, we're up to the 8th one already. This is an advanced one, even though it starts on the root of the chord. This goes with a sus flat 9, a suspended chord with a flatted 9. Okay? To get that chord going up, the way I like to do it, go D, G, C, E flat. Okay? And the numbers for the lick, you're going root 7, 11, flat 9, root 7. Okay, I'm going to play through all of the context now, one after the other. You're going to hear how the color changes. That's it. We're back home. Pretty amazing. So that lick fits so many places, and you want to get the lick itself first. So now I like to talk a little bit about just practicing the lick, getting it under your fingers first. So you want to get it like this. Here's a cycle. Etc. Get it in all the keys. Get it totally comfortable. You want to be able to do 5 in a row with no mistakes, like that. You could do it at a slower tempo if you like, but try to at least get it up to that speed, because in the end it's going to need to go even faster than that. Once you can do that, then I want you to attach the lick to the chord underneath. Now, you're going to have to give yourself time, because it took me many years to hear it in all 8 contexts, okay? So I'd like you to start out with the original context. So you're playing on a tune and it's a minor 7 chord. You start on the 9th of that chord and you can play Cry Me a River, and you're going to just to hear how it fits in there. It's not saying you have to play it all the time or you have to play it exactly as it is, but that'll give you a good start. So the first context, do it over the minor 7 chord. You're going to start on the 9th. The second context, the altered dominant. You're going to start on the sharp 9. Now, when you go around the cycle and you're going to practice it with the chords connected, they sound really cool. Here is the same thing I did before, but with the chords connected. Okay, so you see it's got a really fun sound to it. And now I'm going to give you a little bit of the second one, the second application. That's the altered dominant. We don't change the lick, we change the chord. I'm still going to start, but I'm going to go up a B7 chord. Notice how different it sounds, how much tension there is. To me, it's beautiful. I love that sound. Okay, you're going to need to take your time and be very patient with this. I know the tendency for most people is that they want to get it all at once, but the ear needs time to absorb this sound. Otherwise, it's going to all just be mixed up and you're going to get confused. Your ear will get confused. Intellectually, you will be fine, but your ear will get confused. So give yourself time. Now, everyone needs a different amount of time. Some people can do it in a month or 2. Other people, it might take you a year. But it's fine. It's not a race. You know, you want to just get it where you really hear it clearly. So when you hear a chord, you can tell, if you wanted to do the Cry Me a River pattern or lick, that you can hear where to place it and know for sure that you hear that note? Oh, it's the 9th. I could hear Cry Me a River would start there. Oh, that's the 11th. Well, if it starts on the 11th, it has to be a half diminished chord. And it's really a great ear training device. That also works very well with another book of mine called Tasting Harmony, because you can play it along with those tracks, and there are specific tracks that start on each of these notes. Like there's a track starting on the sharp 9 sound, and there's a track starting on the 11th on a half diminished. So you can check out more about that on the website. Well, that's today's lesson. Cry Me a River lick. Get it in 12 keys, then attach the chords to it, and then start to apply it to the tunes you're playing. And take your time with it. Enjoy it. It's a great lick, one of my favorites. And you can check out more information about my books on my website. That's www.gregfishmanjazzstudios.com. Pleasure speaking with you, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care.